Martin, sophomore, sociology. Jaden Milner-Jones, freshman, DeSoto, Texas, integrative psychology. Physiology, I'm sorry. Physiology. You know I can't read real well. Final home attendance, 6 games, average sellout. First time in CU history, we average over 53,000. School records broken. Our wonderful punter, Mark, had 3 punts inside the 10, 2 inside the 5, which is unbelievable. Now he has 11 punts this season inside the 10 and 5 inside the 5, both the school records. Mikey got his 5th touchdown pass of the season, set a new record for most touchdowns by a walk-on, which is unbelievable. Shador surpassed 10,000 career, 3,000 in the season. Milestones once again. He is just the 3rd CU quarterback to surpass 3,000 yards. Travis, 117 snaps, top 5 games CU history of snaps from scrimmage. Offensive line, this is per Football Focus. Last week's season low quarterback sacks. I think it was 3 documented, but they only computed 1 with their, so it might have been a coverage sack or whatever, which is unbelievable. So that was 11 pressure, season best block efficiency, and best overall pass block grade of 73%. That was unbelievable. Turnover margin, CU ranks 3rd in the nation in turnover margin with 18 forced turnovers on defense, 7 turnovers lost on offense, which is incredible. CU's plus 11 margin is blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I just like to remind you that we are making progress. Oh, my phone was recording everything. It's good. All right, 1 second. Let me erase this, and we can go. How's everyone doing today? Good. I'm doing great also. You know, sometimes life throws so much at us. We're so pressed about what's transpiring in our life right then. We forget how blessed we are. We really do. And I'm extremely blessed. Might not be where we want to be, but we ain't where we used to be in all facets of life. And we're extremely blessed. So let's start with that. Now let's go and start with the bull junk. Let's go and get it out of the way because I'm just talking about I'm blessed, so I know the devil's going to strike you. Let's go.
I like how you look at
Yeah, let's go.
Sean, go ahead. I got my devil ready for you.
No, you're not devil. You're not the devil. I would never say that.
That's all right.
No, you're not the devil.
My dad's a priest, bro.
Priest?
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
I know you never believe it.
No, that's wonderful.
Books in the cover, like you said, books in the cover.
Kind of threw you off, huh?
That's right. No.
You want the first one?
No, thank you.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, on the topic of controversial topics.
Controversial? What controversy do we have around here? We don't have any controversy around here.
Stephen A. Smith, Texas A&M, said prime time Deion Sanders in the SEC.
So it's controversial when Stephen A. talks?
No,
okay.
But he says that needs to happen. Just your thoughts on the Texas A&M coaching vacancy?
I want to win. I want to win a game. So you think I really do sit down and think about that kind of stuff? Like what strikes me about that, about myself, that you guys really think I sit down and say, yeah, Stephen A., yeah. Like, come on, I'm good. Like, we got to win. Let's focus on this week when we play Friday, so we lose a day of practice. So we got to focus.
Hi, Coach Adam. What's your 24/7?
How you doing, sir?
Outside of a win, what do you want to see specifically out of your team going back out on the road that you kind of feel like the progress is still taking place?
Well, the progress is taking place tremendously. The offensive line, you see that tighten up. I've seen the offense move the ball consistently and for quite a bit of time. We controlled the clock, which was phenomenal. It's progress. We just can't seem to make that play when we have to make that play, that tackle, that block, that pass, that catch, that interception, that kick. It's those type of things. But progress is certainly, and the thing that I love the most about this team, they do not give up. Ain't no quit in them. Like, they fight to the end of every darn game. And I love that about them. I absolutely love that about this young team. And we're pretty young. I'm sitting up there in the office just looking at the chart, and I'm like, wow, we're only losing this, and this next year. So we got a lot of what is it, about 90% of the team coming, 95% of the team coming back? That's a nice hat. God, that's a nice hat. You're looking good, man. Just want to share that. Yeah, but we have darn near the whole team coming back. We're losing some key components of the game. A couple receivers, JD, Payne, I believe, and a couple others. But we kickers coming back. We got some good things brewing.
Go ahead, Nick.
Hey, Coach, obviously you've won at every level in two different sports, so you know what it takes to win close games. Aside from the Oregon matchup, as you look back on some of these close ones, is there something in particular that this team needs to learn about winning these close games?
Well, we just got to be ready for the moment. We never know when the moment is, and you got to be prepared for the moment. That moment may have come in the first quarter. We didn't know. Second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, overtime. We got to be prepared. We've been through every type of moment that you could gather this season, including overtimes, and we just got to be ready for the moment. But I'm gonna reiterate this once again: our kids do not quit. One thing that they're gonna do, they're gonna give you a great game. We fight to the end.
Hey, Coach. Troy Finnegan, CU Sports Report. Washington State's been reeling, but they have a quarterback who's a great improviser, creates a ton of plays out of structure.
Right.
What does the prep look like this week for
They throw the ball. They're so similar to us statistically, physically. They're really similar. They really are when you look at this team and what they're capable of doing. Certainly, he's a phenomenal passer. They have some phenomenal receivers. We got to affect their protection. We got to get the ball out of his hands. We got to make him fumble the ball, strip him. We got to do things to force turnovers as well as score on offense. We did a good job of controlling the clock. I would love to see us do that as well. I don't know how we're similar. I'm not going to say they're not great against the run, but we should have opportunities to run the football as well.
Hey, Coach, Rylan Scholes with Ralphie Report. You got one of these really late kickoffs again, and the game's on Friday, so
Yes,
you
sir.
lose today. How much of an impact does that have on the team in preparing going into
I don't think it has a tremendous impact because they must prepare the same way. The only difference is they're at home. We're away. So we know what's ahead of us. We know the task at hand. We just got to prepare and go down there and make it happen. And focus on these little things. We focusing on tackling. We focus on blocking. We focusing on the little things that get you over the hump. Those are the things that we need to do to win.
Hey, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Ryan Alvin, David Cameron. We know Dylan Edwards is extremely talented. He had a phenomenal first game. Since then, he hasn't really had those home run plays. Hasn't reached the end zone. How has he dealt with kind of the ups and downs of the season? And do you feel like he's close to popping?
I don't think it's ups and downs regarding Dylan. We got to figure out ways to get him the ball in space. Dylan is not a between the tackle type of guy. The kid is only about 160 pounds, but he's the toughest 165 pounds you ever want to meet. That's on us to figure out ways to get him the ball in space and allow him to do what he's capable of doing. I think in that first game you see him explode because all those plays darn near were from tackle out. And that's what we got to do a better job of, getting him the ball in space so he could be who he is. He's a phenomenal player. Yes.
Go ahead over here. Sorry.
I know there's football season left, but we're also coming to the end of a semester. What do you hear from players, especially players who are new to the school, about their experiences at the school and in the city? And what have your impressions?
Well, these young men love it. They love it here. I haven't heard one complaint about campus, about campus living, about food, and about the city in general. I have not heard one complaint whatsoever. I mean, everybody would love a soul food restaurant here and there. we all would. You guys would as well. But, you know, we're not going to have a pity party because we don't have that. But our dining staff and chef is doing a great job downstairs. So those guys they love it. I love it. I enjoy it immensely.
Go, Jason.
Hey, Coach. Jason Jones from BuzzFeed. Friday is the anniversary, or the anniversary of young Dolph's passing.
Yes, sir.
And 3 weeks ago, you had his son Trey on the sidelines.
Yes, sir.
Wearing Shador's chain. Could you speak about the importance of supporting his family and keeping his legacy alive?
Yeah, it just doesn't happen just because of his anniversary of a passing. That's a consistency. That's a daily effort. Coach Ray does a great job of staying in contact with his wife as well as his family. making sure if they want to come, they get here, and then we're extremely hospitable when they get here. If the young fella Trey is having a tough time at school, we make sure we make the phone calls to keep him motivated and inspired. So it's like an extended family. It just doesn't happen on anniversaries with us. His wife is a wonderful lady. Even his whole clique, Key Glock and that whole clique, we communicate with them because not only is the family taking it tough, but his whole group. He was their leader, not just their boss. He was their coach, so to speak, and his legacy will forever live on with us. Thank you.
Coach Sean.
Hey, Coach Sean Keeler.
There we go.
There you go. Here comes the no,
Yeah.
When you don't care about the noise for us, wherever else, but when like parents do, they hear it. When they come to you and say,
what parents have heard it that you know of?
Parents who have X, I would imagine.
Have come to me. I mean, you making an assumption. I want to know what parents have come.
Have any come to you?
Mm-mm.
Did they say to you, what would you say to them if they said, are you going to coach my kid? Are you going to be here in 2-3 years to coach my kid? What do you tell them? What do you say?
I tell them what I told them when they came. I'm here. I'm here. Like I tell them my mother's here. My sister's here. My dog is here. My daughter's here. Three of my sons are here. My other daughter comes at every home game. We're here. I get mail here. Claim taxes here. Pay taxes here. I'm sorry. I'm here. I don't hear that. I don't hear that. Maybe our recruiting staff hears it, but I don't hear it. I'm too honest, not with parents, and I'm gonna tell them the truth.
Is being in demand, I don't want to say weaponized, but can you use that as a strength any more than the strength you
Well,
have?
it's always, everything in life is a strength. What comes along with who you are. You know what I'm really happy about? That real football enthusiasts and just football people who know football know what we're really doing here. There's a lot of people that don't and think that we're just losing. No. You got to find a win in the midst of a loss. And I love it that football people understand what time it is without looking at their watches.
Hey, Coach, I have another off-the-field question for you. Just saw a story today that they caught 4 high school kids that stole the stuff from your locker room.
Yeah, let me address that. I love that.
Did you guys get everything back?
I have no idea. I haven't checked with all the kids. Let me address that. Let's not crucify and punish these high school kids. Okay? Whatever the punishment that comes along with it, all right, let that be that, community service or whatever is it. But let's not abort the rest of their opportunities and lives because of a mistake. Because if we were to really do a roll call of mistakes at the age of 17 or 18 in here, I'm sure everybody would tip out of here with their head down like we're in church, okay? So let's make sure that those kids atone for what transpired, if it's community service, whatever it is, but they don't lose an opportunity to change their lives. They're kids. They made a stupid, dumb, idiotic mistake. Guess what? When I was 7 and 18, so did I. All right? So did you. Praying for those kids. It was very unfortunate that we were on the other end of that, and some fans were stupid enough to say, oh, they shouldn't wear their jury. Okay. Well, you shouldn't drive your car to work then. If somebody steal that. So that's just how stupid that statement was. But let's pray for those kids, man, and lift them up, and hopefully and prayerfully they get another opportunity. What's probably going to happen is they're probably going to name them and, expose who they are. And then all hell breaks loose because we're a society that likes to make a mockery of people that made mistakes in life when all of us have. So that's my take on that.
Hey, Coach, Pat Graham, Associate Press. Brian Howard took my question. Sorry about that. So
Yeah, that's okay.
Fly, I'm thinking of a new one, I guess.
No, you're good.
We should do it. He's been sacked 48 times. We talked about that. I guess, have you learned anything? Maybe didn't. I know you know your son very well, but have you learned anything about his toughness or about about his makeup just through the season?
No, this hadn't. I mean, I know who he is. You know what I really admire the most? How he handles this moment. I think he's done tremendous with these moments and the questions that has come at him. And some of the things that you guys miss, I wish you would ask him, is phenomenal. But I love the way he handles himself, publicly, privately, on the field, off the field. I love the way he's handled himself this season. I'm proud of him. Shallow as well. Shallow as well.
All right, last one, Matt, go ahead.
If you want to leave us a list of things you want us to ask him, by the way, we'll be happy to take care of that the next time he's in here. The other thing I wanted to ask was about analytics. With something, we haven't really talked about this year is just how you use them within the program and how involved it all is in your
Sometimes it's a feeling. Sometimes it's a feeling. Sometimes it's a flow. Analytics are wonderful, but you got to feel the game. You got to know your team. You got to know those players. Like when you hear the play going in, you got to know. All right, let me get a timeout. I don't like that, or I like that. Let's go. And what goes on? I mean, like you could be critical of saying, okay, we blew it. I saw somebody say that we iced Mata, but they didn't know that Shedeur was down on the field, and we were thinking the refs was going to call a penalty of targeting or whatever because he was kind of out of it, and they didn't. So the clock is still running. So now we got to make that transition on the field. The clock going down. It's okay. Timeout. They didn't know. Some people don't know all that stuff is going on, and so you know how that is.
Yeah.
The
So
second
do you have
guessers.
somebody in your ear on the headset then who kind of goes through all that stuff with you?
No, we don't go through all that stuff. It's a couple people that make sure I'm aware of certain things, but certain things you just miss, man. Right? It happened last night, didn't it? NFL game, right?
Yeah.
Right? Didn't that happen? That's why our wonderful Broncos won because of his extra guy on the field. You think the head coach knew that? But he gets charged for that. It just happens, man. Some things happen in life, unfortunately. But it's our job to make sure they don't. So I'll take responsibility of that. Let's get one more, a couple more. Because you guys, I'm waiting on you. Come on. You're going to be quiet the whole time. What's wrong with you? You all right today?
It's a little bit of I guess I'm a little quiet today. I guess I'm a little tired today, but here I am. So I guess I'm kind of wondering what your mood is just right now.
My mood is always good.
I know your mood's always good, but you are in this slump right now, and you've never experienced this before.
I'm in a winning slump. I'm not in a life slump.
That's right, but that's
so you gotta balance the two now. Yeah. So I rock steady. So life, losses, loss is life. Like I'm balanced.
So you were talking about how impressed you were with the way that Shedeur is handling
this
right now, because he's never dealt with losses. You've never dealt with losses. So how are you handling it, just emotionally, both as a coach and kind of how are you helping your own family through this?
Well, my family don't really care about a lot of things in life. They make sure that as long as I'm paying the bills, they straight. Okay, let's get that right. Let my mama tell you that off the rip. As long as the lights working, when she hit the switch, the lights come on. All right. When she flushed the toilet, water moves. So she is straight. My family is good, but I'm good. And I love to win. My cologne is called Win and all that. I love that. But we're going through a patch right now that we're learning how to. And long as there's progress, I'm good. And every week I see progression. Give me the word. Progress. I said it right. Every week I see progress. And I'm ecstatic about that because when I'm looking at, Shedeur's only touched one time, maybe 3 sacks. Okay, now I think that's pretty darn good. Based on the last, 3 weeks ago, I think that's pretty darn good. And the offense scoring, I think that's pretty darn good. Defense, we got to step it back up because it was great last week, horrible, against the run this past week. We got to do a little better. Special teams, same thing. I mean, we just said he's doing a wonderful job. Mark is doing a wonderful job kicking the darn ball. And Mata finally, missed. He missed before, but there's a snap problem with that one. It took his eye level off. But man, I'm happy that this team not giving up or quit. And the fan base is still rocking steady, and they're packing the house. I am ecstatic about that. I really am.
Is this where you imagined your team would be with 2 games
No, definitely not. Imagine we would be much better. But as long as we're progressing, I'm happy with it. My expectations are my expectations. You got to understand that. My expectations are going to always exceed their expectations and your expectations. I'm going to always exceed that.
Good morning, Coach Prime. Mike Lyle, KUNC Radio. How you doing, brother?
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. What's your preparation or thought process going into this game with Washington State?
Well, we got to take care of the little things. Let's get started with tackling. We got to start tackling better. We got to block better. We got to run the football better. We got to make the plays that we need to make, the third down plays offensively, the third down plays defensively. We got to take advantage of situational football as well. And we just got to be wise. We got to be wise out there on the field and not beat ourselves with foolish penalties at the most opportune times. We really do. And that's something we're challenging our team to do. And I feel like they're going to respond. We good? Last one?
Last one, Jimmy. Go ahead.
Gotcha.
Colorado's notoriously kind of struggled scoring in Washington State. What makes Washington State?
I wasn't there. I wasn't there. In the notorious, whatever you talk about, I wasn't there then. That's all BP. That's before Coach Prime. All right. Yeah, I don't know nothing about that. Let's deal with the now. Let's deal with moving on from now. That's what I want to deal with. Yeah, I don't know about the yesterday or the day before that. I don't know nothing about that. We're new. We got a new team. We got a new bunch of young men, a new great group of coaches, a tremendous fan base, and they're steady growing day after day after day after day. Hey, I appreciate you all.
Thanks,
God
Coach.
bless you. I hope some of you grab a Coke and meet us there.